There is not a lunar eclipse tonight. I repeat, not a lunar eclipse tonight. But we are 5.1% of the way along the Farlands wall. And we left off at 92,431.47 megabytes on the world save size. And we'll continue with that progress if you've got your woofs ready. Woof! There it is. The suspense. It was riveting. Riveting, I say. Top tier content. Hashtag content. Let's grab that dog and continue north. Shall we? Along the Farlands here. In Minecraft Beta 173. Hope you all had a good week and a good weekend. We played a mushroom hunting game in which there was a real lack of mushrooms to find. What's up with that? But a lot of Sunship's Place to be gotten into, which we did, of course, with thanks to our horse. It's always a vehicle or a horse that allows you to jump over or pass through an invisible wall in a video game. Top tip of the day. Can't escape a video game map? Try a vehicle or a horse. Please only have 3 wool. Oh, he did! But then they all dropped. Well, I gotta get him now. It was perfect. Oh no, where'd the other one go? Ah, there it is. Alright. A perfect stack of wool. As God intended. I do have some surprising news. Remember that charity fundraiser we were doing for Hope for the Day? That one-day charity fundraiser? We raised $3,000. Turns out, somebody by the name of Carnady donated on July 22nd $600. $600 for the Hope for the Day fundraiser, reaching the second stretch goal that we placed of $3,600. We did it. It's complete. So Carnady is going to get a sign on the wall once I get closer to the wall. I don't even remember what the other... I gotta look at what the goals were. Do they count? if they didn't happen on the day? We still gotta play Kerbal Space Program. I think one of them was the girlfriend makes me a funny wig. All right, here we go. This is a good spot. An interesting floating bit of the Farlands. Let's make a sign. An iron sign, apparently. All right, hold on. I need to, like, get their name up so I spell it right. That's fine. All right, I forgot what the signs said. I think it was streaming for hope. Then what did I write? I think I wrote the username, right? And the username is Carnady with a $600 donation. Oh, and we've got a crowd coming to congratulate. Oh, there's another guy. Oh, okay. All right. Nope, my workbench. My workbench. Ah! I can't make another workbench. Oh, 2 hits from the diamond sword of Farlandiness. Is that what this diamond sword was made of? Could we maybe, like, read it nicer? Wolfie! Alright, well thank you, Carnady, for the extremely generous donation to the Hope for the Day charity fundraiser. Much appreciated. I have the, Spacebar. We played Spacebar. Funny wig. And dust off and toot the old trombone. We did the floating block of ice. We did the Lumberjack Dynasty. We did the neighborhood fireworks stream. We built the water wall. And we did 3D mode. Alright, so I gotta toot that bone. Good thing I didn't get rid of it in the time being. I bet it seized up. It was already a bit cromulent. It wasn't exactly smooth. It didn't have smooth sliding action. You need some slide. It came with a bunch of cleaning and slide lube. But no, I think it's geometrically a little bit off. It needs some tuning. Says the guy who can play 3 notes. None of which he knows what the notes are. It was like, I don't remember what I paid for it. Whatever it was too much. 50 bucks or something like that. Well, thank you very much indeed. Well, now hold on. I gotta close this window so I see what I'm doing. All right. A name forever now emblazoned on the Farlands. Anybody's got a lead on a Datsun 280Z hood in my local area, that would be very helpful. Just saying. What What else is new? What else is new? Oh, I have fallen here. Oh, I was going to take a picture of Wolfie. Well, too late for that. Oh, all right. Thanks for the door. Spongy moths found? Did I talk about that already? I must not have. That happened this past week. I only mentioned it in the Discord. Yeah, on Monday, there was a positive detection of a spongy moth, aka a male spongy moth, identified in a trap. Not my own trap, but in the adjacent trappers zone. So I got a call to basically drop everything and go over there with as many traps as I can have, because then they lay down an even finer grid to place more traps to try to, like, pinpoint or see if there's more or whatever. So I got to cross into somebody else's territory and place a bunch more traps. So that was some excitement on the day. And by excitement, I mean it just was a change of like, from just me going from trap to trap, checking the traps. Yeah, it was, it ended up, we placed down all the new traps that day and into the next morning. And then that person's, whose zone it was the one who checked the traps, and they went through and checked the traps that we placed the second time, and there were no new moths found. I did notice in the location where it was found was right next to a truck stop. So it very well could have just been a stowaway moth from the East Coast, side sleeping, because it was, interestingly enough, it was an East Coast Wolfie spongy moth. The European flavor, which are the ones where the females don't fly, but they are the most ravenous as far as the killing of trees. I guess we're on this coast, we're more commonly seeing the Asian and Japanese spongy moths. Yeah, that was the first one of the year for the state. And the only one so far.
Mulder, you've been spreading rumors?
Why? You hear any good ones lately?
Acid.com, thank you for 56 months in the subtub. Subtub. Yeah, I'm currently on my second pass, my second go around of checking all my traps. And obviously, so far nothing. Even the port, I have part of the port.
They haven't found any more spongy moths yet.
Yet. So yeah, it's just driving around, looking in traps. I mean, there is occasionally, like, a big moth, and I'm like, ah! And then, like, you really gotta confirm that it's not. But it's kind of easy to confirm. If they don't have those feathery antennas, then That's like the first clue that it's not. What about spotted lanternflies? I'm sure there's a different program and department dedicated to that. We are primarily and only the spongy moth traps. That's what everybody keeps asking about, like the members of the public. What about the murder hornets? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think murder hornets are a danger to crops. So I don't think the Department of Agriculture is involved in that. If anybody is involved in it, it's like Fish and Wildlife, probably. But yes, I do not know the status of the murder hornets. Murder. When the spongy moth department and spotted lanternflies agency get into jurisdiction beef. I mean, there is kind of jurisdiction beef because you can't have your trap within 100 feet of another trap. And particularly the Japanese beetle traps. They can just hang them anywhere. They hang them on fences and stuff like that. I didn't see it, but I accidentally placed one of my traps. Like, it was hidden behind a tree, and I didn't see it until I went around and checked it the second time, so I had to, like, move my trap 100 feet away, which becomes a whole ordeal, updating the coordinates of where a trap is. Yeah, that can be kind of annoying when you're installing traps. You find, like, the perfect tree in the middle of the map, but then there's one of those damn plastic bags hanging on a fence right next to it. Pew. Does anybody here like live? Does anybody here live? Have you ever actually lived like kind of more like rural juror? They like you live on a plot of land with like 4 or 5 acres, or you're just not in an urban setting. You do. We had 46 acres. But then, what? The government took them. Just curious what the experience is. It's of great interest to us. To move somewhere and get a little space. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we look around and find, and like, yeah, it's like a cabin, and like, okay, there's like composting toilets, and not that. Maybe not that. A septic system we can deal with. Probably. Right? That's not... If it's running right. Yeah, there's other ones I found where, like, this house, when you buy it, it comes with a water trailer so you can fill your cistern. I'm like...
Rural is okay, but you have to keep saying, not now. Sorry, Kurt jokes.
Kurt jokes. I got a dang sapling in my inventory. Something in the Appalachians? I mean, when I mentioned Tennessee, it got rave reviews the last time I mentioned thinking about Tennessee. Water and internet are a concern. True. Yeah, I'm just curious if there's anything that, like, normies might not get or understand, or like anything to watch out for. I pay a guy to mow, but I'd rather have goats. Put that on a t-shirt. Yeah, we're just the both of us. I'm a person who can get into a habit, a habitual just cycle. You don't say. So I would, I'm not very good at, like, let's make something of our lives, you know, like standing up and, like, being like, let's do this. But the girlfriend is definitely itching. I mean, she, like, got up and moved to Seattle 20 years ago. Literally on a whim and for spite. But just basically said, screw this, I'm leaving, and drove as far west as she could. When we moved out into the woods, we were asked if we are getting used to the quiet. We said not. We said we never liked the noise. I mean, even, like, the place I lived up north was suburbs, but it was quiet. And that was nice. Woods are noisy, just not machines noisy. Sasquatch noisy. Whoop, wrong way. So yeah, we just it's very difficult and daunting, but we both just want to work less. You know what I mean? We could I could do these little seasonal whatever you call what I'm doing now with the moths, seasonal work. I don't know. And the girlfriend can do whatever. She could do the same or similar, or go back to grooming dogs or whatever it is. Seasonal work disorder? That's the one. That sounds like me. And of course, stream. I'll stream. It's just difficult to, like, try to think of where. Because there's always, like, negatives you could think of. Like, okay, Tennessee, it's going to be very humid. Certainly much more than I've been used to. There's going to be a lot of mosquitoes and bugs. Well, anywhere you go where you try to live more rurally is going to be like that. I don't think that's, I mean, even around here, you run into that too. Oh. Ooh. Huh? Nice hat. Oh. I can't look at it on account of how it's making... I can't put it on my head. Wait, how do I get back? F5. Alright. Cool beans. Hey, Wolfie. Look over here. Wolfie. Ding. Something to consider is flood zones and forest fires. Right. Yeah, I mean, the girlfriend, I feel like, is pretty good at that with all she's learned about maps and geography and things. You have a friend moved from Cali to small town Georgia and like the lifestyle, but there are problems with it. Yeah, but there's like problems and annoyances with living where we are, or in a city, or near a city, or in a suburb. I mean, there's also like Colorado, where my mom is. That one, there's Colorado is nice, but it's also that the fact that my mom is there is kind of the main and only reason. Somewhere where the cost of living is less. I like Washington, and it'd be interesting to find such a thing in Washington, but it's so expensive. The house and amount of land you can get in Tennessee, that's actually affordable versus here.
I don't know what to say. I'm touched.
You're both touched.
In DJ, thank you for 77 months. In the subtub, subtub. I hear North Carolina is nice cheap. We'd have to get Cone's input on that. Oh yeah, definite ponderings, goings-ons. I mean, the girlfriend wants to see if she can get some company to sponsor her to go live in New Zealand, but that'd be extremely difficult. Very cool, quite adept. KurtJMac moves to New Zealand. It's apparently easier if you're like over 50. Because then they just like want retirees to move there and spend their money. Basically is what it sounds like. I don't know, maybe that's more of a retirement, semi-retirement idea or goal. It would certainly be easier without pets. And by easier, I mean still not easy, but easier. Well, I mean, I guess they have kind of a population problem because everybody's just from New Zealand is moving to Australia. Cost of living is off the charts in New Zealand. Yeah, I don't know these things. Oh. Cost of living is the most disgusting phrase in the English language. It's up there. Kind of right along with friendly fire. Boy, this chat is sure is taking a turn now. Let's think of the most horrific phrases in the English language. Let's spread that joy. Interesting. So yeah, needless to say, in thinking about all this, the new job is not working out too great for the girlfriend. It's a bit of a struggle. I mean, she took it because it does pay quite well. However, there might be the reason for that. There's a lot of those are rare. Yeah, which is, I mean, she also got offered another job that paid well, but not as well, somewhere else, that she passed on. She's still not sure if that would be fraught with the same problems, so she's not, she was like, oh, I should have gone for that, but she's not too hung up on that aspect of it. But yeah, there's basically I don't think anybody that she works with knows. I don't think she's told anybody about me. This isn't gonna get around. Yeah, she found out, because she like knows everybody in the industry, she found out that she wasn't their first choice for this job. And they were actually floating the idea of just reposting the job and not hiring her, because the first choice declined the job. But they needed to fill the position, so it sounds like they begrudgingly hired the girlfriend. So that's stupid and annoying. There is like drama. There's somebody who she's supposed to be supervising who doesn't believe they themselves don't believe they should need a supervisor. So they're constantly like butting heads. Not butting heads, but just like not being collaborative. Like there's like people above her. There's one person above her who would have been her boss, who's been on personal leave since the beginning of June and was supposed to come back, but now there's rumors that they're not even coming back, that they're just going to retire. They've been there for like 20 years or whatever. And yeah, and she can't. She's a bit annoyed that she can't do any of the work, like in the field, as a supervisor, because everybody who does the work is union. Not that we're anti-union or anything, but that's just the rules. Like, she can't even like go out and like help out or like pick up a branch and move it, you know, or whatever. She misses doing that. And this person that doesn't want a supervisor is also union. Although I don't think that's any reason that you can't let somebody go if they're not, like, playing by the rules and, like, doing the work right. But yeah, I don't know. Everybody's just, like, on pins and needles. So the girlfriend feels like they hired her to, like, you do it. Like, you're the one now. You're the bad guy now. So yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of just being like thrown into stuff. People asking her questions that are like, she literally has been here for less than a month. And all these numbers came before my time. You'll have to ask somebody else. So yeah, she's being strong, but it is. And it is, yeah, like, I forgot who said it before. You thought you could stay in a job because it's high paying, but it's not worth it. But yeah, that was kind of the plan. To, like, take this higher paying job, save up a bunch of money, stay there long enough to qualify for the retirement pension. Me not have to take these jobs and be a stay-at-home cat dad and streamer. We get that dog to spawn. And then all beneath the ice. Stay-at-home cat.
It is a beard, Geordie. A fine, full, dignified beard. One which commands respect and projects thoughtfulness and dignity.
Macho Mandoff, thank you for 80 months in the subtub. I will say, and something I'm very, like, I had no doubts, but I'm very proud of the girlfriend. Because she's very smart. As a requirement for this job is she needed to get some, what is it? Ooh, lava. She needed to get some lava. She needed to get a arborist certification, which is like the bar, so the bar test, taking the bar for lawyers, but for arborists. And it's like 300 questions or whatever, and you have 300 minutes or something, and it's like she had to buy a huge expensive book to study for it. And most people don't pass in their first 2 or 3 times taking it. She passed first time, first try. She got like the minimum's like to pass is like 72%, and she got like 86% or something like that on the test. Yeah, she had. Yeah, it's one of those scams. Basically, you gotta join the club. You gotta join the arborist club in order to buy the book, so you can study for the test, and then you gotta join your local branch of the club so you can take the test, and then you gotta pay for all those things, and then you gotta pay to take the test. But yeah, she blasted it. So now she's a certified, verified arborist. And there's some other arborist thing, but you can only get it after 3 years of working in the field or some joke like that. Your partner got a school bus driver position. There's so many tests to pass. That I understand. That is probably good. Now all she can arbor is resentment. I get jokes. She did apply, this is all before this, to be a, work for the animal control in a couple local cities. And, like, got through and, like, would be, like, great for that job. But it is basically, like, you become a police officer. But she would need permission from the chief of police for having visible tattoos or other body modifications. So, you could be a police officer and have some Nazi tattoos, but as long as they're not visible. It's a really intricate birthmark. Does she like the job, bad parts notwithstanding? No. Also, like, a bad part is that they haven't defined the role, the job, well enough. So she's, like, getting pulled in many different directions and having to do a bunch of different things that make no use of her arborist certification or forestry natural resources background. So yeah, she feels like they needed more of a like managerial, a supervisor, an administrative supervisor, than like somebody with expertise. Because yeah, basically all of her expertise is going unused. Because they have her doing like budgets, which she like doesn't mind doing and is good at doing, but it's also in like so many meetings Yeah, I get it's more than that. I'm not explaining the level of anxiety she feels every day being there. Ooh. Whip. So yeah, that's why all these thoughts of like, let's maybe get the heck out of here. Let's go somewhere else. Speaking of going somewhere else, my alarm just went off and I need to go check my bread. So if you'll hold that thought, I will be red. Not the people in the VOD. Oh, we made fun of all of them while we were away, didn't we, everybody? All right, let's put some sand on the ground and continue on. Continue on with our midlife existential career crises. It's a shared crisis between the girlfriend and I. We are not alone. So the best solution to pick up and move across the country. Right? 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 Hasty decisions like that. Far enough away that our problems can't find us. Oh. Is this an important sword? Is this the diamond sword of Farlandiness? Or did I leave that behind? I mean, I do have 3 diamonds. So maybe we should, maybe in this new era of Farlands and beyond, we should not attach such unnecessary significance. Which only serve to muddle up and distract us. A lesson for life. Things are just things. You can always just, you don't even gotta worry about what you spent on them. Just give them away. They're free. And let your earthly tether go. Yes. Quite adept. Not only do they take up space in your basement and your garage, but they take up space in your mind, man. Free your mind. Somebody in chat should give away their car to me. How would you like a slightly bent... Get bent. 280Z. But what about the items feelings? Listen. Listen. Just because we're all autistic here. And we apply personas to inanimate objects. Like balloons. and ice cream cones. You've heard those stories of mine. You've heard those stories. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was what was I? I was unpacking the dishes, putting the dishes away. And there were like spoons. I can't remember which way I did it. I think I like put the washed spoons underneath the spoons that were already in the tray. And the girlfriend was like, "Why the hell did you do that?" And I'm like, "Well, I gotta give the other spoons a chance to be spoons." And it's true. I would have done that even if she wasn't in the room and not even watching. You gotta get them on a rotation. I don't want to make the last spoon in the tray feel bad because it never reaches the top. To even the wear, yes, the spoon wear pattern. If I move things around the cupboard, that they'll miss each other. They're neighbors. Their coffee mug neighbor. Utensil equity politics, yes. I mean, I think that's why I have a problem with, I mean, like, plants. Is like letting go of what is clearly not a thriving seedling that is far too late in the season to even consider planting. It will never grow and flower and whatever, produce tomatoes. And I'm like, but it did grow. Like, I grew it from a seed. You worry about staining white coffee mugs. Oh man, I felt really bad. I used a white coffee mug and had a turmeric tea, herbal tea, and it's yellow now. Actually, it's this mug. Okay, the yellow has somewhat worn away, but there's definite yellowage. I'm like, damn, that was a nice mug until I yellowed it. Yeah, always put that in a black mug. You have a row of thriving 40-inch tall pepper plants next to a row of limp 6-inch tall pepper plants that you will not remove until the end of the season. True, true. At the same time, we have drawers of things that I have never seen in the kitchen or in wherever they may be, you know? Same thing with clothes. I tried wearing a different shirt today that I haven't worn in a while, but it just didn't feel 100% right. So I switched to this shirt. I definitely... also, a lot of my shirts aren't fitting anymore. There's the spoon distribution system, and then there's the bodily weight distribution system that moves it around as you age. I appear to be getting higher and higher up this mountain. Ooh, a heart! Adorable. What is it the kids do these days? Is this the heart thing now? Is this the heart? Am I doing it right? Or is it like this? Is this it? Is this the heart thing? I'm cool and young and with it. I just flashed gang signs. I watch Japanese travel videos. I think it mostly is a Japan thing, but everything we just steal from them. In the end. Alright. Careful, Wolfie. Oh, he spawned. Good. Less than 3. There's a cow in my heart. Oh god, there's a cow in my heart. Bleed blurble. Typical American arteries are filled with cow. This is true. The heart of the Farlands. Where's the kidneys? So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer about the job situation. And like, she's not the only one there, too. It's not like if she was the only person having problems, then I would rack that up to just being the new person. But there's a bunch of red flags everywhere. Look at this waterfall. Moisturized. Anybody got any, I asked if anybody lives rurally. Anybody find any tips or tricks to power through a good paying but bad job. Just for the time being. Let's focus on what the money gets you. I mean, again, this is mostly in jest. We were like thinking like, oh, she doesn't even think the money is going to offset the daily annoyance and stress and frustration. Learn your time off policies and job benefits and use them while you can. I mean, that's another problem, is that they're apparently very good benefits because there are so many people, including her immediate supervisor, who have been gone for 6 weeks and just can do that. And, like, that seems wild to me. That, like, there's one person who can do this job in this department, but they're gonna take 4 weeks off. And, like, there's no, like, chain of command that takes over that position. Sure, they earned their time off, and more people should have, in the United States particularly, a more French approach to work-life balance. But then it shouldn't be at the detriment of everybody else who isn't off. Things will change. It's just how long, if you want to wait for it. Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know that waiting. Things will change, but maybe only if, like, the girlfriend changes them from within, which will take a very long time and require, like, an entire culture change. And possibly leadership change, which she's not in control of, obviously. And doing the job that's not even technically what she signed up for and went to school for and studied the last 4 years for. And Wolfie, I heard a splash. And there's ice. Oh. Aw. Where are we at? 5.18%? Another good news. I got a second batch of rocks that I've started tumbling. And I got a before picture this time. It's honestly the most interesting thing that's going on in our garage. Is the rock tumbler. What kind of tumbler you got? I got just a single barrel, I think it's a 3-pound Loratone one. Rotary, I guess, were you looking for more vague, a rotary tumbler? A 5-gallon? A 5-gallon? You have a 5-gallon tumbler. Like a 5-gallon bucket. But it tumbles. You haven't used it yet. You probably haven't collected enough rocks to use it yet. You're gonna need like 30 pounds of rocks. Good lord. How much power does it require? It's elliptical, it looks like a UFO. Well, that's weird. Oh, it's a vibratory tumbler. 5-gallon? Are you sure it's not 5 pounds? $5-gallon. I've never even heard of that. Got it from work. I figure it's probably more used as vibratory tumblers are for like metallurgy, polishing screws and bits and bobs. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna be able to polish like giant boulders. I mean, it's gonna take 2 months per stage of tumbling, but it can do it. It was used for polishing a product we made out of antler. It has a rubbery sand grit in it. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if that's even gonna work for rocks. You're gonna have to, like, spend $300 just on grit. What product are you making out of antler? And is it false teeth? Upholstery buttons. That, speaking of like jobs, I had this thought all the time when I was doing web design. It's like how not only some people get into certain careers and jobs, but like how some companies are just formed that specialize in making upholstery buttons out of antlers. Or the company I made a website for that made waste, like pipes and tubing and waste lines for acid disposal. A very niche market. It's like, why would you even decide? I have a passion for the proper disposal of industrial assets. And I would like to incorporate, please. Your main products now are almost entirely unrelated to upholstery. Are they still antler-based? I mean, yeah, it's all the, I know there's like a bunch of right-wing scaremongering about like, oh, if you give everybody a universal income, nobody's gonna want to work. There's some freaks out there who really want to work to make upholstery buttons out of antlers. People find these things to do. You don't have to worry your pretty little head. This is another common shape. A kind of, what did I call it? The Moonanite? Kind of a Moonanite shape that we see a lot in the Farlands. I mean, I realize it is just a big square. They hadn't manufactured buttons in over a decade by the time that I joined. I mean, that's another, like, facet of, like, a company that does one very specific thing and then they just curveball decide to do something else. But they're still called the same thing, you know? They didn't bother changing their name or location or even their employees. Now we're making mouthpieces for brass instruments. Oh, that's a tree. Acme upholstery buttons. We make acid draining pipes. Oh, we didn't make it to 5.2. That means I gotta make another bed. And we're gonna, like, reach it in 5 blocks from here. Ireland, sorry, I got distracted by the big shape. Ireland proved that if you give artists universal income, they will actually contribute to the economy. I mean, the way that's phrased makes it sound like they weren't, but like now they can freely do so. No, it's up. Yep, there it is. 5.2%. Blork. I did put my not a rock melted glass that I found when we were out rock hunting in the tumbler this time just to see if it'll polish up. Ow. I think I rise. So enough about me. That looked like a creeper. Did it not? The way those leaves were like lit from behind with the grass. Seeing things. Blah. Beep boop beep boop. Can't afford UBI. Best I can do is UTI. Speaking of UTIs, the cats got test results back, and their urine is too alkaline. So now we're adding this like supplement to their food to make them more acidic. We gotta get the acidic disposal pipes. I don't know if anybody with cats has experienced such a thing. You heard of this? You aware of this? This happened to you? We don't know if it was what was causing any health problems. It just came up because we had a urine test, because the last time they were showing crystals in their urine. So we switched their diets to all these, like, urinary health diets. We went from hard food to all wet food. No, I think the news is the crystals are better, but the pH was off. Really puts the P in pH. It's like that gets me thinking. Do they test for that in human? Like, what is my pH? Male cats can get kidney stones really easily, yes. Especially small cats like Peepers and Niblet. Yeah, we don't know where any of that would come from. We don't have, we're like on municipal water. We don't have hard water or anything. Cats, man. Oh, sun's going down. Never mind about that boat. We found for our boy, kitties, feeding regular quality canned cat food and add water to the food. They no longer have crystal problems or the too high pH, which can cause the formation of different crystals. A different variety of crystals to put in your 5-gallon rock tumbler. I guess what's regular quality? The crystalline entity. I mean, yeah, we got Niblets on like a limited protein diet because we think all his previous itchiness is from allergies. And Peepers is on a quasi-normal wet food. But neither of them do well with fish. Or chicken. You'll have to ask the girlfriend. This is out of my depth. Yeah, it's like a little tuba toothpaste. It's a little tuba. Doot, doot. It's like a little tube of toothpaste. It's like a gel that you add to their food that does something for their urinary tract. Urinary tract? No, minary tract. Oh, boy. Let's go to sleep at 5.21% and back up the world. Non-prescription diet. True, yes. We tried the prescription diets, and those are no good. 92,544.07 megabytes. Like I said, 5.21%. And what did we learn today? We learned that you need to make sure to rotate your spoons so that the bottom spoon doesn't get too lonely and neglected and suffer emotional trauma. We also learned that Quite Adept has a 5-gallon vibratory tumbler in their basement. So send all your rocks to them to get polished. And there was a moth that we found. But then now there isn't a moth, so it was just a one-off moth. A one-off moth is also the name of my punk band. Look for our new release in record stores that are all closing down around you. All right. Thank you for watching.